Okay.
And what you need to know is the following. I will just ask you the first name and the relationship. Do not give me any more information unless I ask.
Okay.
I don't know these people, so I don't know if these things make any sense for you. Tell me yes or no. Yes if it makes sense, no if it does not. If it doesn't, we'll try and figure it out. Do not ask questions if you know the answer to them. This is not a test.
Okay.
They know what you need to hear. They usually give an opportunity for questions if you want to ask questions. And I do ask everybody that does these sessions if anything should come up that I think might be helpful for others to hear, that they allow me to use it in a YouTube video without their name or their face. Is
Sure.
everything agreeable to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Who do you want to talk to?
I want to talk to Jack, my son.
How do you spell Jack? Is it normal? J-A-C-K?
Yeah, his full name is Jackson.
Jackson?
Jackson.
I'm just asking because I think it's kind of interesting that I just had a Jack
Oh.
shortly ago, a son Jack.
Oh.
Somebody was trying to connect. Sometimes. Have you felt him around trying to communicate with you?
Yes, very much.
He says he disappeared for a while and then he came back and tried to talk to you.
Yes.
He says your hearing is very good because you're picking him up, not like you hear him with your ears, but you're picking him up, his whispers.
Yes.
I'm hearing something about a hearing loss. Did that have any applicability to him?
No.
When he passed, was there a period of time when he was not able to hear?
I don't know. My instinct is yes.
He says it sucked. I don't know what that means, but it sucked.
Okay. Is it okay, Stephanie, if I make notes?
You can. I do run a video, so I'm recording this
Oh,
as we go.
okay.
But
Okay.
I don't give the recordings free, but you can purchase them pretty inexpensively if you want it.
Okay.
He tells me apparently you did not know he was going to leave, so this would indicate that it was something that came up rather unexpectedly.
Yes.
Were you away from home at the time?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know what he means, but he said he was here.
He said he was here?
Yeah. Does that make any
Oh,
sense to you?
no.
He was here with you when you heard him calling to you. Okay, let me get more information. Did Jack take something?
Yes.
The overdose?
No. Not as far as I know, no.
There was something that allowed him to pass, he says.
Yes.
About this.
Yes.
So he talked something that caused him to be deceased. Is that right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
He was allowed to leave his body. This happened very suddenly.
Yes.
Boom, he was gone.
Yes.
Was it something that was laced?
Yes. Yes.
I'm hearing again that he could not hear.
He could not hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
So something happened and he was unable to hear. Spalled. I don't get this. Spalled or spalding? Does it make any sense to you?
No.
I know that Spalding is the name of a ball company, but I don't know if that makes any sense.
Spalding. No.
Spalding. There was someone who was with him at the time?
Yes.
And then they left?
I don't have all the details, but that is my belief.
Do you know if that name might have any reference to them?
Spalding?
Yeah.
Not that I can put together, no.
Sprawling. Was he sprawling?
Sprawling?
Yeah, like when they found him, was he sprawling, sprawled?
Yes. Yes.
He was asked what he wanted to do, if he wanted to leave or come back.
Okay.
He had a choice. He's telling me that spiritually he had a choice.
Yes.
He says he did not want to leave.
He did not want to leave. Okay.
However, when he saw the options for what his life held out for him, he decided he was ready to go.
Okay.
So apparently there were things in his life that would not have been pleasant.
Yeah. I understand.
He chose to take the easy route, he said, and to leave. This was okay because he had completed what he needed to in this life.
Okay.
He says he found much that was agreeable here to him.
Yes.
He had a good life, he says. I had a good life. I was not
Yes.
one who was miserable throughout life. I was treated well, he says.
Yes. Yes. That's true.
He said he joined with others when he could and they had great times together. So that tells me that he had friends or people that he hung out with and they would have good times together as he was growing
Yes.
up. He is telling me he left of his own accord. So I guess that means when he had a choice.
Okay.
He could have survived, he said, but it would have been with difficulty.
Yes. Yes.
And it would have caused him some lifelong issues.
Yes. That's true.
He said this would have allowed you to experience some happiness that he survived, however, also some difficulty because it would have been a burden.
Yes.
He formulated a plan when he was young as to what he was going to do with his life. He thought that it was like steps he was going to take. Does that make any sense to you?
Yes.
And this
Yes.
was how he thought it would go. It was not as easy as that, he says. It's not always
No.
easy to meet your goals at each step. He became discouraged, he says. He was not above depression.
Right. Yes. Yes.
He's talking about having made mistakes. He made some mistakes, and I see some mistakes with friends. Maybe, I don't know how old he was when he left, but there appears to be girl or girls mistakes, female mistakes with girls.
Yes. Yep.
This allowed him to come to understand that he was not so special.
He was not what?
So special.
Okay.
In other words, there was some heartbreak in there.
Yes.
That he was going to have to suffer just like everybody else.
Yes.
It wasn't a given that he would find true love and it would just be there for him, like he could take it off the tree. Apparently, he must have had some easy experiences in his early life where things came easy to him.
He did. That's true. Yes.
Therefore, he had to learn that it wasn't all a cakewalk. When it comes to relationships, it is difficult. You have to be willing. Wow, what's he saying? You have to be willing to sell yourself if you want to hold on to certain things. This was how he came to see that if you want to follow your heart, you can expect that others will not always understand.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
He didn't want to leave you alone.
Yeah.
You have had a very hard time. This occurred some time ago. How long has he
Yes.
been gone? How long has he been gone?
October 2nd, 2016, last year, so 10 months and a week now.
He says, therefore, you're not over it yet. That would be unexpected for you to have come to terms in such a short period of time. You will understand, however, when he talks about his father.
Yes.
His father was the one who came first. Does that make any sense?
Yes. Yes.
He was there before you. Does that make sense?
Yes. That's true. Yes.
His father will let you know when there are any new developments. So I don't know what that means. If his father follows things more closely than you know, I don't know if there's ongoing issues concerning his death.
No.
He was not there with him, but he became engaged in the details, is what I hear.
Yes.
Whereas you did not. You were. It was too emotional for you.
Yes.
And so he must have.
Yes.
His father must have relayed details to you.
Yes.
He told you if he found out anything more, he would let you know. There was some
Okay.
confusion about why he was left to die.
Yes.
Right? And that was what got his father very upset. You You took it with more of a grain of salt, he said, because you did not know what had happened or what the circumstances were, but your dad was very, your dad, or his dad, was very angry. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Tell him that I am fine, that when I got over here, I had to experience a lot of grief, for that was what I left behind. I was able to see and feel the grief that was left behind.
Okay.
This caused me some heartbreak, for I did not want others to suffer. However, I also knew that it was time for me to leave before things got worse.
Yes.
There was also some issues related to a child. Does that make sense?
No.
Did he have any children?
Me?
He.
I have. Oh, he did not.
How old was he?
23.
Do you know if anybody had told him that they were pregnant?
No, but I wonder. I wondered. I've had it since. I don't know.
Do you know who his girlfriends were, or girlfriend?
He didn't have one. He didn't have a committed girlfriend, but 2 women he was seeing where he lived. Two women that I know of, could be more.
I have a feeling that someone was pregnant,
Okay.
and that, however, that they may have lost the baby afterwards. I'm not sure.
Okay.
She was experiencing difficulty, I hear, in her pregnancy. Someone may have lost or aborted the child. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. And, you know, all I can tell you is what I hear. I have no
No, I hear you.
guess
I've had
of
that.
any of
I've
this stuff.
wondered. I felt something myself. Yeah.
I hear she was not above taking some medications herself to attempt to block off. It's like block off things, reality.
Okay.
May have been some concerns about if she was pregnant, about the pregnancy. He had heard that she was on drugs. This was a complication. That's what I'm hearing.
So he knew. Oh, sorry.
I think so.
Okay.
It appears that he just found out a short time before.
Okay.
He said she was not going to allow him to see the baby. She was not above being vindictive, he says.
Okay.
This was also another complication that he didn't need.
Yeah.
She was going to tell people. When he left, he agreed that the baby would leave too.
Oh. Oh.
There was an understanding between them that this would not be a situation where he left and left someone behind.
Okay.
And it might have been it might have been a baby that had issues as well. And if he had issues, the two of them, it would have been terrible.
Oh, okay.
Is what I'm getting. He says he was not above lying to you, telling you lies.
Yes.
And therefore you didn't know the whole story. He had been sleeping with a number of women, he says, and there were some who were not so very respectable.
Yeah.
You would not have liked it, he said, if you'd known.
Yes.
You would have said, what the fuck are you doing? You could get
Yes.
somebody pregnant, and then what?
Yes.
What are you going to do, Jack? What are you going to do?
Right.
He's talking about a joyride. You know what that means?
Yes.
Does it make sense to you?
Yes.
He's talking about marginal errors, I think. Marginal errors?
Marginal errors.
Let me see what that means. He had done some things that caused him some trouble and some problems in life.
Yes.
And this, therefore, was causing you a lot of concern and a lot of grief.
Yes.
Where he had taken a nosedive.
Yes.
I'm getting the feeling that this is the boy that was doing well, you pinned your hopes to, and then...
It was doing what?
I'm getting the feeling of a boy who had done well, and that you had pinned your hopes to, and then things went awry.
Yes.
He was taken in, he said, by some sharp talkers.
Yeah.
Who utilized his naivety against him.
Yes. Yes.
They told him he could be one of them, but he would have to do this first. It was almost like an initiation.
Okay.
He had to do something. And this caused him to be intoxicated, he says. I don't know what that means.
Yes.
And thereafter, they were able to convince him to do other things. This got him in trouble. When you found out, you were incensed. You were very angry. Does that make sense?
No.
You did not know why he would screw up his life when he had so much going for him, he's telling me.
Yes.
You would be willing to help him.
Yes.
But you could only do so much. He had to be able to pick up the weight, so to speak. And he was incapable of doing so. He had already sunk so low. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, do you have any questions for Jack?
I just want to know why he didn't let me know what was happening for him so that I could help, so I could get him or bring him to where I was living, because I would have, but I didn't know how bad it was.
I hear he would have shared with you, but was there something going on that he ended up being quite thin?
Yes. He was very thin.
He would have shared with you, but you would not have understood that he chose this lifestyle in order to escape from the pressures of life. He had, he felt inadequate.
Yes.
He felt that he had failed. He felt ashamed, embarrassed, humiliated, disgusted with himself. So he had all these things going on, is what I'm hearing. And therefore, he didn't want to pin it on you. He didn't feel that you needed to know about it. So I don't know what was going on with him, but that's what he's telling me. You had your own life, he says, and it was going fairly well, and you didn't need more pressure on you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
He wants you to allow him to go in peace. That means for you to find peace. He was I'm hearing the words alone in his own misery.
Alone in his own misery.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he was very alone, very beaten down, very ashamed, very humiliated that he hadn't done a better job. He wanted to make you proud, and he felt like he had not done that. And therefore, how was he to face you? When you are someone who had every advantage in life, and then you screw it up, you feel so very disgusted with yourself. I had everything, he said. I had everything that I needed going for me. I had looks, I had brains. He says he indicates he had money, so he had enough
Yes.
financially. And
Yes.
then he let it slip. Let me ask him why. Is there a name like Dora or Dorothy or Dor something? Doreen, Dor something?
Not that I know of. No.
Could also be a core instead of a door, a core name. Corrine, core. Okay, let me see what this has to do. Did he have an early love affair with someone that was part of the change in his life?
I that rings a faint bell.
I'm hearing core now, core, like C-O-R, core. He's telling me he felt very attached to someone, and then something happened, and this caused him to be depressed. And that made him vulnerable.
Okay.
To trying to escape his own feelings.
And that was recently before he passed. Then he means
No.
No.
He said shared with you. So he must have talked to you about this some way. Shared with you. Shared with you before this was something that had caused him to feel vulnerable.
Okay.
Probably would have been prior to him really sinking down. Stuck in the mire, I hear. Stuck his head in that dirt. He was afraid of facing something. He says, my mother doesn't understand what I'm talking about. She does not know that I had come to a point in my life when I felt betrayed. And this caused me to disintegrate, if you will, to my sense of self to disintegrate. Does that ring any bells for you?
No.
There was someone in my life who did not reciprocate my affections.
That I know. And I know one person.
He says there were others, but in this way he came to doubt himself.
Yes. I know that. As he got older, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's what made him vulnerable to whatever was going on with him, whatever other people were dragging him into.
Yes, that makes sense.
He says, I did not want to disobey you. However, there were times when my need for solace was so great that I did rebel. Does that make sense?
Yes.
He asked if you can forgive him.
I forgive you, Jackie. Absolutely.
Okay, well, he's going to leave us now. He just wanted to let you know that he loves you, that he will always be here, and that he is conscious of the great appeal that it has for you to be able to enhance your ability to make connections with him in spirit.
Yes.
You are trying very hard, he says, and he is glad that you had this opportunity today to talk to him. All right, so I'm going to let him go then.
Okay.
And like I say, if you decide you want a copy of the video, I do charge $25 for them. It's not required.
Okay.
It's not required, but if you decide to do it, just send me a note. It does take a couple hours to process them, and I have to upload them. So just let me know. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
How would I find the video?
Well, what it is I upload them to YouTube. I have to reformat them, then I upload them to YouTube, and then you get they're unlisted, and you get a link, and you can look at that link or share that link with anyone you want to.
Okay.
And so some people like to share them with family and stuff. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much, Stephanie.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.